You want to go get a new boat?
Yes.
You do?
Let's go get a new boat.
Okay, I want you to run to the truck like Skeeter does.
Are you gonna hook her up?
What's going on, folks? Welcome back to your Lake Fork Guide. I bet the camera's fogging up real good right now. Hold on. Come on out here, babe. Go put all your pills up, crackhead. It's the day, folks. It's the day. It's fogging up again. It just we're gonna be foggy. You look a little foggy. All right, so we're going to get a new boat today, man. We're going to pick up a brand new Skeeter FXR 2023 in today's video. Of course, we're going to show you the boat, showcase it. Look how beautiful it is. Look, it's almost as beautiful. Never mind. We're going to show you the boat. We're also going to show you the proper break-in procedure. So if you guys are ever wanting to get a Yamaha SHO motor, we're going to show you the correct way to break one in today. I've been doing this a long time. I've done a lot of them, and none of my power heads have ever had any issues because of the way that I break them in. Once you do that, it's a really simple boat to maintain. The best motor, the easiest motor to break in and maintain, in my opinion, in the industry. So we'll show you that deal. Probably give you a walkthrough of the boat too. Should we do a walkthrough?
Sure.
Do you know what a walkthrough of a boat is?
Yeah, like compartments and stuff.
I still haven't figured out how she's with me because she's actually pretty smart, as you can see. But she's with me, so I question that sometimes. Y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, we made it down to Nautical Mile Marine. This is where I've gotten all my boats since my first guide boat. When I first started guiding, every boat that I bought has come from this boat dealership right here. And I'll tell you, there's two things you can count on when you come to Nautical Mile. Number one, they're great at getting you in the boat, finding a boat that matches your price range, working with you on financing. They do a lot of in-house work on financing to get you in the boat of your dreams. And the other thing is right next door, the service department, there's a gentleman over there named Mr. Joe. Joe is without a doubt, hands down, the best boat mechanic I've ever worked with. He keeps me on the water. I have not missed, I think I've missed one guide trip because we had to wait on a part. But other than that, I've never missed a guide trip thanks to the efforts of the service department at Nautical Mile Marine, which are second to none. If you need a boat dealer to call home, get your service done, or to get a new boat, be sure you check out Nautical Mile Marine. Now, let's go inside, see what they got, and let's go find my new boat. All right, guys, so this is a showroom floor here at Nautical Mile. As you can see, it's slap full of Skeeter boats. They've always got options for you here. This is one of their, I believe, one of their Apex editions right here. It's kind of military guys in the crowd. Put your hands up real quick. OD green and black, right? OD green and black. What's kind of cool about this boat is it looks flat OD green from a distance. If you get real close to it, it's got like a little sheen, a little shine to it. And when you put that out in the sunlight, man, that boat looks sharp as a dadgum tack. One of the new features, or newer features in the last year or two on Skeeter boats, the floors down here come with that, yeah, you know, that floor. Like the seafoam decking, I can't remember what it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's all the rage. The aluminum boats have it throughout. These boats have them in the bottom. That's going to keep your feet cooler when you're stepping on that in the summertime. It also keeps everything dry, helps it drain better, all that good stuff. Not near as messy as carpet can be. You know, when you boat flip one, if you're bleeding or something, you get that blood on the carpet, it's pain in the butt. No problem with that. You just take a little hose and spray it out. It drains out. You're good to go. Let's take a walk and look at some more boats. This is one of our FXR package boats that Skeeter does. They all come pretty rigged out. I mean, you're going to get the Humminbird graphs. You're going to get down imaging, side imaging. Mr. Dennis, do they come equipped with 360 on the package boats or not?
Not standard.
Not standard, but you can get that option.
The Ultrex is set up for it for the bracket.
Right.
And we can double stack and put whatever they want on.
There you go. So you can always add options, but standard is a package. This boat's going to come with 2 Minn Kota Raptors, 2 big Humminbird graphs, and a Minn Kota Ultrex trolling motor. You can add whatever you like. This is a FXR package boat. Let's walk over here and see another one. And this is one of our FXR package boats. They have the limited edition in the FXR. They also have the Apex packages. These are all pre-selected colors. You can check them out on Skeeter's website. All of those packages are available here at Nautical Mile. You can order any one that you like. They have some sitting here waiting on you on the showroom floor. So if you see one you like here in this video, come on down here and get it. But these boats also come equipped with the Minn Kota Raptors, as well as the Humminbird units and the Minn Kota Ultrex. If you want 360 or forward-facing sonar, you do have to add that on, but it's fully capable and ready to have that added for you at any time. And like I said, Mr. Chris, Nautical Mile, they do a great job of figuring out the financing for you to get you in the boat of your dreams. It's time to go find mine. Let's go find mine. So here she is, boys. What do y'all think, man? I'm happy with it. I love the way it came out. It's kind of a classic and clean look, black and white. Got a little silver highlight in the pinstripes, but a very clean and classic look. Man, I really love the way this boat came out. The next step now we got to go get this sucker on the water, show you guys how to do the break-in, and then at the end we'll do a walkthrough and show you all the features as well. So for our electronics setups, I know some of y'all may have heard me say I was going to be the crazy guy that had 5 graphs on his boat. I actually ended up not doing that. The reality is I have everything that I want on here. I've got a Hummingbird up here for 360, a 12-inch helix. I've also got the live sonar on my Lowrance HDS live as well. We also have sonar capabilities and mapping capabilities on that Lowrance that has the live as well. And it just seemed like kind of a waste of money, honestly. Like for me, if you're a guy like I'm like you guys, like I pay money for my boats. I'm not a tour pro. I don't get everything given to me. I don't have sponsors that are going to pay for all my graphs and stuff like that. So I've got to consider the budgetary concerns as well. And honestly, I can do everything I want with that Lowrance. I've got an HDS 12 live at the console here, and I can do downside sonar mapping, do all that stuff the way I want to. And I've got a Hummingbird for a 360 and Lowrance that does live sonar plus mapping plus all that. Now the reality is, as I get older, someday I'm going to probably have to get more graphs because I can't see the smaller screens, especially that one when I divide it 4 ways when I'm graphing with side imaging, down imaging, sonar, and mapping. But for now, while I still have somewhat young eyes, this is good enough for me. Saves me a little money. It actually saves you about $7,000 off your boat price if you don't do those 2 extra graphs. It would be nice to have them, but they're not needed in my opinion. Also got an Ultrex trolling motor on this one. I love the Lowrance Ghost trolling motor. I've had 2 or 3 in a row before this. It's very quiet, very powerful. But if we're being real, Lowrance's service department absolutely sucks. Anytime something breaks, and I had, doing what I do, spending hundreds of hours of water hundreds of hours on the water every year, things are going to break. And a lot of times it's just little stuff, but it inhibits the functionality of the trolling motor at times. And when it does, if you've got a Lowrance product right now, good luck. It's hard to get things repaired. It's hard to get things replaced. They used to be the best service in the game. Now they've gone to being the worst. So I went with an Ultrex. Also, when we're using live sonar, having that head that turns and points the same direction as your transducer is a big, big deal. For those reasons, we went with an Ultrex and Minn Kota Raptors. Those are new. I've always done power pole blades, but I got in a boat, one of my buddy's boats that I used for a couple days, had Minn Kota Raptors on them, and I absolutely loved them. If anything, they're a little bit quieter, a little bit more dependable on when they go down and when they come up on those buttons. If you've used power poles, you know they have a mind of their own when they go down and when they come up sometimes, and you're up there stomping on the button or pushing the button with your hand, whatever you're doing. These Raptors seem a little more dependable as far as the button goes, and really, really quiet. They seem really strong. They've been on the market for a while, and I haven't heard any negative feedback on them whatsoever, so we went with Minn Kota Raptors on the back. That's all the gadgets. And there's a speaker system in there. You'll get to hear it here in a minute when we're breaking it in. All right, about to break it in. First crank ever of the brand new motor. It sounds exactly like every other crank you do the entire time you have the boat. There's no difference whatsoever. All right, first thing you need to know about the break-in process is you want to make sure your motor is trimmed all the way down and stays all the way down throughout the duration of the break-in process. So we're going to go ahead and get the motor trimmed all the way down right now. Calm down, Luke Combs. We don't need that right now. We'll get him going in a minute. All right, first hour of this process is a 3-hour process. Each hour is a little bit different. So for the first hour, you're going to rotate 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off in 5-minute increments. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get to 1,500 RPMs and keep it at 1,500 RPMs for 3 minutes. And then I'm going to put it down at low idle like it is now for 2 minutes. When that 2 minutes is up, back to 1,500 RPMs. And 1,500 RPMs looks like this right here. So just kind of high idle, motor trimmed all the way down, make sure that stays all the way down, and you do this for 3 minutes at a time, back off at low idle for 2 minutes. That's the first hour of the process. Show them back there. That's what it looks like. Just a good, hard, solid idle. All right, so we just completed the first hour, did the 3 minute, 1,500 RPMs, 2 minute low idle intervals. Now we're going to 2,500 RPMs. Show you guys what that looks like. That's gonna really be digging some water. That's basically right before you turn over and get on pad. It's a little bit before that, but as you can see, we're really plowing water. The whole point of this whole deal when you're breaking them in is get them hot, cool them down. Get them hot, cool them down. So you want to do something that really strains your motor. So starting out with 1,500, a little bit of strain. 2,500, this is a lot of strain right here on the motor. And in the next hour, we'll show you what you do. They put even more strain on the motor. Make sure you, like right there, I started to break over a little bit and my RPM started going up. Make sure you maintain that 2,500 RPMs. We'll do this for 3 minutes, then low idle for 2 minutes. That is the second hour of the Yamaha SHO break-in. Hold on. That's also a very important part of breaking in your new boat, is to get that Bluetooth speaker hooked up and get the jamming a little bit. So that's the end of the second hour, you guys. What you saw in the beginning of that's what we did. 3 minute, 2 minute, like we've talked about. The last hour is 3,500 RPMs. Now, 3,500 RPMs is you getting basically just barely on plane. You're going about as slow as you can go on plane at 3,500 RPMs. Very important, like we said earlier, keep the motor trimmed all the way down throughout the process. I don't know why I just hit it down again. It's been down this whole time. I haven't touched it, but keep it down. Even though you're getting on plane, keep the motor trimmed all the way down. Plow that water. If it's windy and wavy out, you just got to deal with it. You're gonna splash yourself a little bit if it's like that. But luckily today, we got a real calm day. It's actually not that lucky because it's freaking hot out here, folks. It's burning up hot. So as soon as this clock kicks over to 6:30, we're gonna go. There it is. Get it 3,500. Here we go. So this one is the hardest one to maintain the RPMs at, because it's easy. A little bit of touch of the gas and you'll go over 3,500. If you let off a little bit, you'll go under 3,500. But this is what you want to do. Just stay on plane, 3,500 RPMs, and that's what it looks like. And that's the end of the break-in process. Now there's actually still a little bit of, I guess you could call it a break-in process, but really you can run this boat however you need to. Once you complete those first 3 hours, the key is for the next 3 hours, don't run it at any one single RPM level for more than 4 or 5 minutes. Keep your run short. So if you got a pin back running, screaming across the lake, only do that about 4 or 5 minutes at a time. Shut it down, idle for a couple minutes. If you need to keep going, do that again. Keep your runs short. If you're just kind of cruising around at 4,000 or 4,500 RPMs, just don't do any one interval for more than 4 or 5 minutes at a time without taking a break to idle at low idle for a little bit for the next 3 hours. Once you've gotten to that 6 hour mark, let her rip, tater chip, she's ready to go. Luckily on Fork, we don't really run that far. It's kind of a smaller lake and we just run spot to spot graphing offshore stuff a lot, so we don't ever really run it too much longer than 5 minutes anyway, so it works out pretty good for us here. Here's the fun part. This boat will never be faster than it is right now. After you've completed those first 3 hours, your motor's warmed up as it'll ever get, and if you're smart, don't put all your gear in here when you're breaking it in. That way your boat will be a little bit faster. This is the fastest your boat will ever be. So right now, I'm fixing to run this sucker like I daggone stole it. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time right here on Your Lake Fork Guide. Later. Gotta watch that hat.
Good?
Yeah, is that making you nervous?
Yeah.